created a little bit of a bouquet garnish. So we've got a fresh sage, we've got fresh thyme, with fresh parsley. And that's going into the cavity of the bird, like so. It's going to stay in there. Its only reason, and one reason only, is to perfume the flesh of the bird as it's cooking. We don't care about, you know, it's nothing to do with presentation. It's not going to be served, you know, anything to do with the finished product. It's one reason, and one reason only, is to perfume the breast on the bird. Now, what we want to also do is, we want to, because it's a sage and onion stuffing, right? Don't forget, we have to throw in our onion. What we want to do basically is just pierce the side of the bird here, and we're not piercing the breast, we're piercing the rib cage here. So we're going to pierce the rib cage, run the skewer through, and the only reason we're doing this is to help that onion stay in place, which in turn is helping the bouquet garni that we did here stay in place. So I was just going to literally straight through like so, and just make sure that you can turn it slightly, and then push in all the way, and we have, there it is there. What I've done here is I've softened some butter, as you can see here. It's just ordinary butter, nothing special about it. What we want to do now is we want to get this bird up onto the butter, up on the breast of the bird, and just make sure we give it a liberal coating of butter. Okay. Now, a lot of people do it can you know, rub the outside of the flesh like so, as you can see me doing here. Now, the other way is to literally run your hand up the back of the skin and get the butter up under the skin and directly onto the breast, like so. Now, you can see here now I've got my hands up under the skin. I'm going to work up like so. I don't want to really try and prise the skin out all the way, because what I want to do is I want to get some of the butter up under the skin here. You can also run your stuffing up along the back here. If you were going to stuff the bird, you can run the stuffing up, and that's actually a classical French way of serving turkey, to be honest with you. Now, butter, I've freed up the skin here. What I want to do is get the butter and run it up under the skin. So I'm just pushing the butter up here. Now what's happening is that when that's cooking, it's just going to baste the skin, or the flesh, sorry, it's going to baste the breast of the bird. So be liberal with it, don't be afraid of it. So now we're going to do all the birds the same way, people. So as I said, for those of you at home that are watching, this is also a very simple and straightforward, easy way to actually keep the bird moist, the flesh moist, while you're actually roasting it. Okay, and don't completely, you know, cover the bird in butter. All it is, the butter is just an accompaniment, and it's an assistant to actually help maintain a moist flesh on the breast. Now you can see here I'm just running my fingers along the back of the bird, and I'm pushing and making that run right across the breast. Here's what we're going to do now. This is the next stage. We're going to coat the outside of the bird in the bacon. And again, the bacon is going to serve as a basting agent because, again, of the fat content in the bacon. So again, we're not particularly going on presentation here. We're not worried about that because the bacon isn't going to be served with the bird. And then the last one, just finally coating in this here. Now, as I said, that's the other reason why we didn't salt or season the bird, because of the salt that's in the bacon itself. Yeah, the bacon is quite salty, so that's going to pass through as it's cooking in onto the bird itself. Going in at 185 degrees centigrade for approximately an hour and a half to an hour and 40 minutes. We will come back and check the bird then. And the last thing for people at home is if you want to present the bird with a nice crispy skin, about 20 minutes before you finish cooking, you take the bird out and you remove the bacon. And then what happens is that the skin will crisp up and it'll go golden, obviously, because of the butter and the fat that's on the back of it, okay? So look, chef. Again, carving chefs, long strokes, okay? So, right now, do you see the way this meat is just falling naturally? That's exactly how we want to present it. So we have here, just like so, and this is just going to go like this. All right? Now, slightly across like that, slightly like that, and like that.